if anybody of that age approaches me for dance, I would never discourage them. So I would say, yes, you can dance. You have to start dancing because dance brings a lot of joy and fulfillment. It is not just movement, right? But at the same time, classical dance demands a lot of physical strength, stamina, and flexibility, and long hours of practice. I know so many who have started at the age of 45, and when they are 60 and they're performing beautifully.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Still hope it's true.
Abhinaya is another beautiful aspect of dance. So it calls the deer, which is here. Hello. Okay.
Hello.
Can I come near you?
Can I come near you?
Okay. It says yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then it flies.
Oh, we can try.
And whenever there is a hand movement, we need to look towards the hand. Okay. So that is how we do. Wherever the hand goes, we have to look into it.
Hello all, I'm Geeta Solaraj, here sitting with Bhavna Anand. We both are psychologists, and this is a podcast, Black Box by Brahmi. We came up with this term black box because we all know what happens in the flight, right? The black box actually records everything that happens. It's used only during extreme circumstances, but we are going to be unboxing a lot of secrets, stories, some amazing insights as well in Black Box. So,
Yeah. Thanks, Geeta. And black box, like she said, what we consider as per psychology is our subconscious mind. And guess what? 95% of our life is driven by subconscious. How wonderful would it be to understand some of the successful people, everyday people who are doing really well? What's really in the black box, right? So that's where we are. And today, you're going to be watching an amazing podcast, a life of a renowned Kathak artist, Guru Srimati Poorna Acharya. We had a fabulous time.
it's amazing.
You have to be there till the end to see some really, we won't give it away.
We won't give it away.
We won't give it away.
No.
We had fun. This is this gorgeous lady, but you have to hear her.
Yeah, we have some really interesting sections at the end, which is very exclusive black box content. So make sure you stay till the end. And Poorna has given us some amazing insights into this beautiful classical Indian form of dance. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned and learn about the dance.
Hi, I'm Geeta Solaraj.
Hi, I'm Bhavna Anand, and let's unlock something artistic today. So, we're very thrilled to introduce Guru Srimati Poorna Acharya here as our guest, and she is a renowned Kathak artist. And one of her famous production is Jhansi, which a lot of you may already be knowing. And she's performed this across country and also internationally. Yes, she has close to 25 years of experience in this. But what can we say? She's been dancing all her life. Let's just deep dive and know a lot more about the life of a Kathak artist.
Right. Welcome, Poorna. We are so happy to have you here. Thank you for being a part of Black Box by Brahmi. So that's a very impressive, history and about your life. Can you elaborate on that, please?
Yeah, because I think we heard very little of what you do. We'd like to.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaste. And it's a joy to be in conversation with you both. Greetings to you both, and also to all the audience who are watching us today. So because you said it's going to be a long conversation and you want to know about my dance journey, I will start from beginning. Okay. When I was around 8 or 9 years old, we lived in Dharwad for a few years. And my mother put me into Bharatanatyam dance class. You all know that I'm a Kathak dancer. Yes, I have even got trained in Bharatanatyam for a few years. So in the beginning, when I was 8 years old, we lived in Dharwad, and there my mother put me into a Bharatanatyam class. I got trained there under a guru for around 2 years. Unfortunately, now I don't remember the name of that guru, but later on we got shifted to Bangalore. Here, I continued my Bharatanatyam training at Shantala Arts, where I got trained under Guru Karnataka Kalashri Prasanna Kasturiji and also his brother Kalayogi Pulakeshi Kasturiji. Okay, so that time was a very special time for me. I used to go to dance class. My sister also used to come to that particular dance class.
That's me. That's me.
Yes.
The secret's out. I've promised you some secrets, so there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to go to that dance class. It was special because it was never like we going to the dance class, finishing the class and coming returning back home. It was never like that. We used to go to the dance class and get the training done, and later we'd stay back there. And for a long time, we would play with the other students there. And my guru's mother used to give us lunch during lunchtime and snacks during snack time. And whenever we want, we could just go there. And then after playing, we would return back. So it was that kind of an environment there. So when I think about my gurus, I really feel I'm very fortunate. All my gurus are so humble, kind, and also so generous, you know. And later on, when I started my Kathak, my first guru was Srimati Rumela ji, and I got trained under her for around 2.5 years. Later, I had to discontinue because of the of certain circumstances at that time. Mainly because of the distance, and also the fact that I had a very young child. I could not travel that distance for dance. I joined another dance class which was very close to my house, where I got trained under Guru Murari Sharan Gupta. There also I got trained for around 2 years, and unfortunately he had to leave that institute. And later on, Guru Murli Mohan Kalva Kalva came into that institute to teach. Murli Mohan Kalva Kalva and Karnataka Kalashri Nandini ji, Nandini Mehta ji, they both are the founders of Nadam. Okay, Nadam stands for Nartan Academy for Dance and Music. And once I joined Nadam, my dance journey just took a leap to a different level. My foundation started becoming very strong, and I got a lot of opportunities to perform on stage here in Bangalore, all over India, and we traveled to a lot of countries. And one of the very memorable, dance performance is in Kazakhstan, where we went to a summit program where a lot of countries, like around maybe 7 to 8 countries, had participated, and all the countries' prime ministers were present, and many other dignitaries were present there. And in front of them, all the artists from so many countries, we all presented a piece, and I got to interact with all the artists of different countries, and I also got to dance with them. So that is one very, very unforgettable experience. And also about my gurus, I want to tell you, Murli Mohan ji is such a fantastic dancer, and whoever watches his dance, would like to, start learning dance. It is like that. It is so captivating. So as a student, when I would look at him dancing, I would always feel inspired and motivated very naturally, and felt like I have to improve in many ways. He's such kind of a dancer, very, very humble, very good-hearted human being. That's why I said I'm very fortunate to have such gurus. And about my another guru, Nandini Mehta ji. She is not a very strict teacher, but she is such a patient teacher. She would sit in front of us and she would make us repeat the same composition so many times with so much patience until we get to, near perfection. It's very hard to get. I don't know. I am very lucky to get such gurus, and I'm trying to become like them, like, going on their footsteps. This is about my guru and how I started, and that's it.
Like how they say, like when the student is ready, the guru will appear.
Yes, that is how. Maybe.
No, you had
I
to
was
go through
just
so
taken.
many gurus.
Yes.
And be ready to meet.
And when they're actually ready, they say the guru disappears as well.
Fully ready.
Because they're ready to go on to the path, so the teacher disappears.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's true. Kind of
Maybe.
true also. I think her guru now is in a different country. Of course, he's there to guide her.
Yes.
But she herself
I'm still
is...
under them. I'm still under them for whatever I contact them for any kind of questions in dance or any other thing also. I am still with them. And I'm still in contact with my Bharatanatyam guru also. He stays in US. I'm
he's
still
not in
contact.
Yeshwantpur anymore.
No. He stays in US. He's there from past, I think, 30 years now.
Wow. Amazing. I mean, listening to your journey sounds like, wow. I know you're making it sound like everything was like a hunky-dory, smooth sailing and all, but it sounds like that. But I'm sure there would have been some, challenges along the way, because you mentioned that you had a little boy, right? You have a son, and you continued your dance journey throughout that. Is that right? And how was that?
Like along with my son at that time was, I can tell you, was like another teacher for me. Everybody, I think they learn a lot from their children. They learn a lot. After you being a child, you will not know what is happening, and then when you have a child, you'll know a lot of things, and that's how I call him as my teacher. And also when I started Kathak dance, he was just 4-year-old, and then when he was 6-year-old, I used to make him sit in front of me, and I would do a few compositions, and I would ask him to rate, how much on 10.
Okay.
He would say, "Ma, it is only 6 because you did not smile and your actions were not complete." So like that, he could judge as a small boy. But then I really feel guilty as a mother. We feel
Right.
guilty that I had to leave him, with my neighbor and go to a lot of performances, and that was the only option for me. And he was quite what to say, matured boy. He could manage himself with a neighbor for around 2 hours, 3 hours, and that's it. It's not a big challenge or anything, because he was also very supporting and cooperating and a good child.
Nice. So lovely to hear about it. Yeah, and do you have any?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just recalling a particular incident. Actually, in our school, we both were in the same school. She was in 7th grade. I think I was in the 5th grade. And I kind of remember, like, she herself composed a Bharatanatyam dance. She got hold of one of her classmates. She made him Shiva. She was Parvati, and God, she was there.
Yeah.
So her composition and her love for dance has been there. Yeah, both of us used to go, but you see the difference. Like when you pursue it.
You're not so a good dancer. I've seen you dance.
I know, but there's a whole lot of difference when you're a classical dancer and do it. I mean, it's been there. Composition.
Yes. My first love is performance. My first love is performing and choreographing. So that is when I choreographed my first piece with my classmate at that time, and that was really appreciated by all the teachers and the principal. Yeah. So that was a Shiva and Parvati. That was a Tandav and Lasya, what I actually choreographed. And at that time, I remember I was actually getting trained under Bharatanatyam. In Bharatanatyam, I didn't even know about Kathak. But then, I'll tell you something. My family is more into music. Okay, music was always present in my family. My parents sing, and they love to listen to classical music and also old film songs. You know, whenever the music was played at home, somehow the Kathak movements used to emerge from my body. In spite of me in being into Bharatanatyam, somehow Kathak steps used to come out of my body. I don't know. It was like as if it was already inside me.
Even before you
Even
knew
before I knew what
Yeah.
a Kathak is, or even a Kathak dance form existed. Even
Oh.
before that, it used to come out of me. So that is one surprising thing.
When did you know first of Kathak actually?
Kathak, I think very late in my life, somewhere around 23. I was 23-year-old. I already had a 2-year-old kid. And that time I just heard about Kathak, and then it just drew me towards it because, as I told you, it already was there in me. So I searched for dance classes near my place, and then I found one. Rumela ji, I told you. I started with her.
So I'm just wondering, you've gone through this entire journey, Alva. It's like a long journey moving from one guru to another guru, and each guru there may be something you learned, and then you went to another one, then you said, no, this is not okay, that is okay, everything is fine. But definitely you moved for some reason. Like doing so many things, did you ever feel like I need to quit?
Never, never. In between the guru's time, in between, when it was never like I left the guru or anything like that. It was like only one time when my son was very, very small, I had to stop going to Rumela ji. Otherwise, it was the guru who was getting shifted. Me, like I was, guru will move. I was always there, and I was always there. And that time between, when there was a change of guru in the institution, that time I used to get really stressed because I was so much keen on to learning and performing, and I was losing on to the gurus I was getting. But I didn't know it was for a reason. Definitely, everything is for a reason. And never I had in my mind to quit. Quit. No, nothing came into me which brought that kind of a thought in me.
Really?
Never.
because it is very challenging on your body as well, when even from at a young age onwards, especially just after having a child, the changes your body goes through. So can you maybe talk us through a day in a dancer's life at that point of time before we move on to your teacher's role today? As a performer, as a dancer, as a learning student, right? Just a day, and how was it like? What was the practice hours, or how did your body
How were you
react?
managing?
See, I was 22. I feel I am too late at that time to start off with another classical dance form. But then, because I was already into dance form, and my body was already, trained in one of the classical dance forms before, when I was a child, and also during the time when I had taken a break. I used to dance in college. I used to dance. My body was always moving. So fortunately, I did not have much change in my body for the dance sake. Otherwise, I had put on a little weight after my delivery, and that
all
did not
do.
disturb me for dance at all. That did not disturb me. So that's it. There was no other challenge like that.
Actually,
But one challenge was there. I used to drive a long distance from my place to my dance class, Nadam, which was around 22 kilometers.
Wow.
22
My God.
kilometers from my place to my dance class.
Where is it?
And
Like, if you can tell me the areas.
I live now at Dodakal Sandra, near Ravi Shankar Ashram, and I had to drive till Malleshwaram.
Malleshwaram.
Okay.
And this was how long back
25.
you were talking about?
It's 25 years back.
Maybe that would have been possible at that time because today it's going to be impossible. You would have had to leave 2 days back.
Now there's metro. Maybe
true.
Now there's metro. But initially I started driving from my place to there, 22 kilometers.
Wow.
And I had to drive an hour. And there at a dance class, I had to practice for 4 hours and come back driving. And then always, there used to be some kitchen work left for an hour. For an hour, I had to stand.
Yeah.
And I had a small kid, lot of work. So then my knees started to give me trouble. So I had to shift to, public transport. I stopped driving. Then I started taking public transport, buses and a taxi. Like that. That was the only challenge I faced. Otherwise, not even one performance I missed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing. My God. As you're saying all this, there's something that's coming in my mind that probably some of the audience who are sitting there and hearing you are thinking. Imagine like there's a 35-year-old and maybe she has a small kid. Maybe she's never done the dancing, but she has that whole, she or he, let's make it both. So let's take she for now. So she really wants to pursue Kathak. Like you said, your body already knew. You already were in dance. You had already learned. Now this is a person who's not learned anything, but she has that hope. She's seen Madhuri Dixit. She's seen some of you all dance. She wants to dance. Is it possible?
So when I started back, I was 22. If there is a woman who is like 35 to 40-year-old who want to start with Kathak, which is a classical dance form. Okay. If anybody of that age approaches me for dance, I would never discourage them.
Super.
I would say, yes, you can dance. You have to start dancing because dance brings a lot of joy and fulfillment. It is not just movement, right? But at the same time, classical dance demands a lot of physical strength. Physical strength, stamina, and flexibility, and long hours of practice, right? So when we start as a child, we'll have a lot of time to adapt to all this. But then when a 40-year-old wants to start, she's already into a lot of responsibilities like family responsibility and professional responsibility. She may not have that much time to travel to dance class and also, practice for long hours. So all this, should not discourage her to start off. They should start with a proper mindset, like for love to dance, and there should not be any pressure. Like they may or they may not become a proper professional dancer, but that is going to be a very beautiful part of their life, definitely.
Yeah, so, I mean, not like a professional dancer. If somebody, maybe a 35 or whatever, for the love, like you said, for the love of dancing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Would want to just learn the art.
Yeah.
Not for performing, not for becoming a professional, but just because they love it and
Yeah.
they want to perform.
Yeah.
For that, what would you say? It still applies?
Definitely they can try. And in my institute at Alankrita, we have a lot of, like maybe I have around 15 to 20 ladies, like about 40. About 35.
That's hope.
About 35 who have just started learning. It is more than a challenge for the student who is 35. It's a challenge for the guru also.
Oh, really?
To have a lot of patience because the older you get to understand more, but your learning ability may become little slower.
Yeah.
But you understand more, so you have a lot of questions. Why do you have to do this? Why do you have to do that?
Right.
But if there is a child, you do this, yes.
They'll just do it.
You do that, I'm going to do that.
Yes,
Lot of questions. It is like this.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Most of the time in the class, it's going to be like this, question and answering. And then also patience to, with the time with them, which is not very, they'll not be quick learners.
Right,
So
right.
we should have a lot of patience with them, handling them, and always also motivating them also. Sometimes they may get a little discouraged and they feel, ma'am, will I be able to perform there is somebody who's asking me to perform. We should say, yes, definitely, I'll be there right in front of you too,
Nice.
because that's what I said is, it gives a kind of fulfillment after the performance. Learning is a hard part for them, but then after the performance, they're going to sleep so well one night. Peacefully.
So it's always a 1 hour class, is it? For them, if they have to, like, in a week, how long should they be spending? Like 3 days a week, 1 hour class?
2 days a week, 1 hour class
Okay.
initially.
Okay.
And then few of them are, you have many inspiring exceptions always. I know so many who have started at the age of 45, and when they are 60 and they're performing beautifully.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
There's still hope. There's still hope.
Just the mindset.
So, yes. So when there is a performance, you will have to give a lot of time. You need to come every day for rehearsals. And even though you're doing a solo performance, you'll have to come
They
for
all
a
do
lot
solo
of
performances.
I'm just saying, if it's a
If it
group
is-
performance, it's going to be more rehearsals. Number of rehearsals is going to be
Coordination.
more because, coordination, synchronization, and the choreography, everything.
Yeah.
Now, if it is a solo, still they'll have to come and get corrected a lot.
Yeah.
Practicing in front of guru is something which is needed. Yes.
Needed. Okay. So even before going deep dive into the classes and giving our audience more information about how a Kathak class is going to be, just really want to know how your day as a professional at this level, being the guru, what's the kind of practice that you do?
Practice, yes. There are times when we do just an hour practice or 2 hours practice also. Otherwise, it can go up to a serious 5 to 6 hours practice also.
Wow.
Okay. So most of the time I do solo. Very, very few items or pieces I have performed with my students. So when I perform with my students, I need to give a lot of time. Choreographing for them, and also looking at the layout, how that is coming, and then putting me into the layout. And then now there is video, of course, so we take videos and see how it is coming, and then move ahead. But you were asking me about the practice, right? So the first 1 hour or 2 hours practice, whenever we do, we mainly focus on the choreography and coordinating that choreography into the body. Okay. So just putting that choreography into the memory of our muscles. Okay. That is how it's going to be for the first 2 hours. And then the same thing, if you have to practice the same thing, like 1 or 2 pieces, and you get to practice it for more than 4 hours, 5 hours, the experience is going to become much deeper. And what happens is, I'll tell you exactly, in a broad way, what happens is, from the first class itself, okay, what we teach is, if, for example, this is the movement, okay, this is the movement we teach, like this. And whenever there is a hand movement, we need to look towards the hand. Okay. So that is how we do. Wherever the hand goes, we have to look into it. Okay. So that is how it goes in the first few classes.
That looked so beautiful.
And
If you could do some more.
No, this is not a performance. This is a talk.
okay. And later on, after 3-4 years of learning, what I do and many teachers do is that you will have to, they go on telling, the gurus, they go on telling that you should love this hand movement. Okay. How to love the hand movement? How do you love this hand movement? So, yeah. How do you love this? So if it is this, okay, very fast, you should love all the 3 movements. So how do you do it is, So when you move the hand, you look there, right? So you'll have to imagine something there.
Oh.
You have to imagine your Ishta Devata. If your Ishta Devata is Krishna or Shiva or Devi, you imagine that there. Or if you want to imagine your mother, or if you want to imagine something what you like a baby or a puppy
Or a cake?
or a cake. Yes, why not? Or a cake, a sweet. So you have to imagine that there. And then what happens is you get different kinds of feeling and emotion inside you. So if it is an Ishta Devata, okay. So it is not compulsory that you imagine something the same thing every time, right? So if you just imagine your Ishta Devata, you get that bhakti
Devotion.
devotion. And then if you see a puppy, there are
Oh.
so that feeling when it
Yeah.
comes inside you, that shows outside on your face. So that is how you love every movement, So that happens when the practice becomes serious, when it goes more than 5 hours. Okay. So when it is not just the hand also, it is the eye, it is the head, everything, right? So when all these elements come together, when the mind and body immerse, that time, at that point of time, I think you enter a meditative state. Yeah, you'll forget your own existence. You get into transcendental state. That is the beauty. That is the beauty. And I've experienced this
Several times.
for several times, and I'm sure many serious dancers would have experienced this. This happens even in the choreography.
Oh.
Much. Here it is 4 or 5 hours. There, even in 1 hour, 1.5 hours, it happens in a not while choreographing on our own selves, but choreographing on the group. It happens. So that is how it is. That is how beautiful it is.
So powerful.
Wow, that is
So powerful.
absolutely amazing. It's also what we call the flow state, right? When you're in the meditative flow state, I think a lot of artists experience that as well. You kind of answered my next question, which was Abhinaya, right? Abhinaya is what we talk about the expressions. And my question was going to be like, okay, how do you get all these different emotive states on stage? Because depending on the choreography and the story that you're looking at, whether it's angry, whether it's soft, whether it's bhakti, like you were saying, how do you bring about those expressions, all these different expressions? I mean, I think you kind of answered that, but yeah, if you could just go a little bit deeper.
Abhinaya is another beautiful aspect of dance. Okay. Abhinaya, if you go into deep Abhinaya, okay, like enacting, acting, it is basically acting, okay, enacting a character, okay. So when you have to enact a character, you will have to study a lot about that character, okay. So you'll have to study about that one particular person, or if you are enacting in an emotional talking tree, for example, or a flower, you can be anything. That's the fantastic part of a dancer. You can become an animal or a tree or
Or
a
a
bird
furniture.
furniture I haven't tried yet, but yeah. If somebody wants to sit there, somebody is sitting on them, you're going and sitting there.
She's doing all this.
That's how become dancers. That's more contemporary. I haven't tried yet being a furniture, but yes, like a deer or a bird or whatever. So any character, you need to study about the character and the circumstances and the relationship between the character and whatever the other person, all that, and then try to enact that way. Okay, the more you know about the character, the more easily the expressions flow through you.
Can you give us an example of that?
Yeah.
Mr.?
Like we have all Navarasas. Okay. So I told you, she just said I enacted about about Jhansi ki Rani, Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai. Okay, she was a brave queen, right? So when you have to enact like her, you need to know about her story. You have to read about her story. You have to see a lot of pictures make a lot of it helps us a lot, the pictures. Even in Bharatanatyam, when they start dancing, there are so many temples in South India which has sculptures, carvings. They adapt a lot from that. And in Kathak, there are not many temples there with sculptures in North India, because it is a North Indian dance form. So there are a lot of paintings, but there are a lot of paintings. So you look into the deity itself, like a Krishna. So this pose you would have seen, Kathak pose. So this is very very common and very
Seen Madhuri
regular.
Dixit do it, I think.
Regular.
Any
Madhuri Dixit, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen her in the
This
movie.
is a very common pose. Okay, so this pose is actually taken from Krishna. Okay, so this is Radha here. So Krishna is holding Radha, and this is the more mukut. That is the peacock feather. So from the idols and from paintings, all the postures and poses have been adapted to dance. So it is like that in Abhinaya.
Abhinaya.
And also, I was telling you, not the deep Abhinaya, even the techniques, like I told you, this one, this also needs to have an Abhinaya. This also needs to have a feeling. So all over the dance form, it is not just, movements of hands and legs.
Yeah.
It is all about the feeling and emotion.
So talking about feeling and emotion, that's so close to psychology. And but the thing that was coming in my mind was people have spoken about these method actors. Like the one who get into their role
Yeah.
and they kind of cannot get out if it for some time. Like
Yes.
does it happen to you, like when you've done your Jhansi or you've done Krishna or you've done even Shurpanak, I think, right? Who did you do? No, Rakshas.
I did Hidimba.
Hidimba. So when you get out of it, are you able to easily switch off, switch on from those roles? How is it?
It is not just switch on, switch off. We are always inside because we are stage dancers, live dancers. So we never dance for any recording. Okay, if it is a recording, then you cut and then you get into another location and then you take an aerial view, then you take another side view. It's never like that. It's a stage. And it is open to all the audience to observe whatever they want. They want to observe your eye, they'll observe your eye. They want to see your footwork, yes. They want to see something at the background, they can. It is not like recording. Recording makes the audience look whatever the photographer wants, right? So on a stage, when we perform, especially in a group, half of our mind has to be always alert for anything on the stage, like a small,
Nail or something.
a nail or a wood or something like that. Yeah. And something happening at the backstage from the side. Sometimes the prop is not there, they are not getting the prop. They can even signal. Sometimes even I have signaled when being in the character. I've signaled. Sometimes my monk tika just flies away, and then during the signal during performance I signal my student to get another one when I go out. So you have to be completely alert as well as be in the character. That
sounds
that needs a lot of time. That needs a lot of practice.
Yeah, and you also mentioned something like, the choreography is put inside us. Like that's what you said, like the choreography, I take it into me.
No, it's not like that. It is like, for example, I will choreograph for a story or I'll choreograph for a music. Okay. When it comes to a story, what I do basically is write the script. Okay, how it's going to come, what next, what part of the story you want to put first, and then later on what. All that I visualize it, and I visualize it screen by screen. Okay, how it has to be presented on the stage, and then I'm going to translate it on my students. Like the same way, I will have to make the students do it. So, what I said that time is like if I've choreographed for a music like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 can become very simple way I'm showing. So it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, or it can be 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever we fix it, okay, that has to be practiced. So your mind will not very easily take that, mind, body can just do something, whatever it wants, whatever it wants, because it's not used to, right? You have to make the body used to doing this particular thing for this particular music. Now, that is what I said when you have to coordinate.
Because that sounded so much like dharana, like when we do meditation. It's like we just do the first, you are supposed to just do the dharana, that is sit down and focus. Meditation will happen. So I thought somewhere in choreography, you guys are doing something like that, focusing on your choreography so much that the dance will happen.
Yes, we have to focus. We have to focus and we have to be alert also. Especially when you are doing when you're into a group dance, you'll have to coordinate a lot. That is for the respect of the group and the name of the group. You have to keep your, standards. So we'll have to be alert 80%.
There's something in the mind body that you wanted to check. Right?
I wanted to, because I think we have transitioned right now when you were talking about, how you became a student, how you went into Kathak, and then we are talking now about your choreography. Of course, we had the little glimpse from Bhavna as well. Like when you started, we were very, very young.
The seventh
But
standard.
today you are running this dance school, and I just want you to probably reflect a little bit on your transition from student to a guru, and what did you imbibe from all the other gurus that you had multiple of them over a period of time, and what is it differently that you're doing, what is it similarly that you're doing, just a reflection of your journey from a student to a teacher.
Teacher. Okay. So Alankrita Center for Performing Arts is a dance institute, which I founded in 2011. And before that, I never thought I will be starting to teach, because as I told you, my first love is performing, and I was focusing more on performances. But few girls approached me wanting to dance, wanting to learn dance. So I started a dance class in a small way. And then later on, it became Alankrita, and I never imagined it would go up to this level also. Now I have around 150 students.
Oh, my, amazing.
And then I've trained more than 200 to 50 students.
Wow.
Okay, so I never imagined that I'm going to become a teacher. What is the question you asked me? You said what I have learned from
your transition, from the gurus, from what you have learned from the gurus that you're imbibing right now.
Yeah,
Doing differently.
so doing differently, yes, yeah. So I would like to tell you about it. A dance form, a classical dance form, is classical, as you know, is something which is rooted into something ancient or timeless, right? So when you want to do something innovative, you have to be true to certain aspects, like maybe the tradition or the grammar or the formalities of the dance form, right? Just because you want to innovate something, you can't come out of that frame. Right? So, but still within that framework, we have scope for a lot of creativity. We have scope for a lot of creativity, and just with two legs, two hands, and one head, the choreography possibilities are endless. You can have a lot of experimental works, like in choreography, in presentation, in interpretation, okay, in Abhinaya, whatever. So as she said, like if you have to,
Create
enact
furniture.
furniture. So
I was just thinking maybe they'll show a rock on which somebody's sitting. Somebody's going to become a rock, right?
Not necessarily though, because we have a lot of solo acts
So-
where we become
Everything.
We become everything, right? We become Krishna, we become Radha, we become a tree, we become a flower, we
Yeah.
become a bird. So you can become a rock also at that time, okay? So it is like that. So possibilities are many. We think that we are creating a lot of stuff. Sometimes whatever I had learned, everything, even though everything is in our memory, but still some movement, some idea hits us. So that time I feel, oh wow, I've created something new. Okay. But we should never forget that there are so many other brilliant minds working on the same aspect all over the world.
Yes, yes.
So somewhere, some long years back, they would have created something. Okay, what I created now, the same idea would have struck somebody else also, or later also.
Right.
Okay, so it is like that. It is not something what you create new or something like that. But yeah, at that time it is new for you and it is honest.
But that's
so
what's
you
told.
become happy. Hmm.
That's what's told, that ideas are put into everybody's head. Apparently, to many people, it is who connects to it and who executes it, it becomes there. So the ideas by universe thrown to everyone.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
executing it, somebody else may be executing it there
Yeah,
also.
I always believe that the choreography is divinely guided. I believe like that.
So true. So true. So you spoke so much about mind and body connection. Okay, we being psychologists and always working with people mostly with the mind, but definitely we start off with, if somebody comes to us, the first thing we probably tell them is to go check your do your blood results, because without a B12 being at the level that it needs to be, we can't give a willpower and motivation and push them to do what they have to do if the body is not. So body and mind is so closely connected for us. Even though we work with the emotion and the intellect, for us body is also important. How is it for you? Like, have you seen a mind, of course you already mentioned, but have you seen a direct mental health which improved for any of the student?
Definitely they'll feel better because this 1 hour class, I will not let them sit for even 5 minutes. Okay, it may start at 10 minutes late because yeah, because of many reasons. And but still, for that 1 hour they'll be physically active. So I think if you're physically active and concentrating on something, as I said, the choreography, if it is like this, you have to learn. So your mind is completely out of whatever it was in, and then concentrating on this choreography and with the body movement, the chakras, what we do, the spins, what we do needs a lot of energy. Lot of energy. You do 10 spins. Then you start panting. For the new beginners, I'm saying. So because of the continuous cardio there, because of the continuous cardio and focus shift from your house
other
to
things
this
to this.
choreography makes a difference. Obviously, it is. I don't want to tell it as a dance for the beginners, but of course, as I explained to you, for a serious dancer who practices for more than 5-6 hours, they will go into a meditative state. But for the beginners also, of course, it is a physical activity. It's a physical activity. It will what shift your mood. It will
Bring your focus back into this. Yeah.
Yeah, surely there is something called as a dance movement therapy itself. So dance has a direct link. There are several researchers which have told the benefit of dancing and mental health. So
Yeah,
I think
and
this
then
is
one
coming
more
from
thing.
experience.
A difference between walk, I said cardio. So difference between walk on the treadmill or wherever and jogging, running, all that. Okay, so that is also cardio. Dance is also cardio. But when you're walking, you get to keep your mind free to imagine many other
Whatever you
things.
want.
Whatever is happening, or you can talk to others, and listen to their story and their whatever problems and all that. But here, because you're focusing on learning something, you're doing the cardio and you're learning. So learning, you need to focus,
You need
right?
to, yeah,
Focus
yeah.
on your hand movements, leg movements, chakkar, when you have to do. And there is a lot of mathematics also involved in.
Oh, mathematics.
Yeah.
Please elaborate. That's the first time I'm hearing about this.
Because we work on rhythms, right? Dance is rhythm. So we work on rhythm. It is called as tals. So we have a lot of compositions set to different time cycles, like a 16 beat time cycle or a 12 beat time cycle.
right.
We do a two round cycle. So for all that, we have talas, different talas.
Yeah.
So if you have to, you first learn how to do the movements, and you have to finish that movement for that particular time cycle.
Correct.
So you're focused mainly. So this is the difference between, of course, dance and walking and other cardio exercises, and dance as a cardio.
Right.
Wow, the mathematics part was really, really interesting.
So many things.
Right? Yeah. Just to go back to your teaching part of it with your students, right? You have who's youngest student? What's the age of your youngest student?
Youngest student I have is 6 years. I
And-
take students who are 6 years. But nowadays, even a 4.5 years.
Really?
No, 4.5 years, they're very, very active. They are very, very what do you say?
Enthusiastic?
Enthusiastic and yeah.
Distracted, maybe.
Okay, they want to do everything. And young mothers, they are also over enthusiastic and they want to put their girls into dance.
Wow, it's just amazing to hear all the stories, Poorna. Sounds so exciting. So with all your performances, you said performance is your first love of art. And with all your performances so far, I'd like to ask you this question as to what is the one performance that you want to do which you haven't yet done? Is there a particular piece, a particular place, or in front of a different audience, like something that stands out that you want to do?
And I would like to add, Puna, there was one I had seen which was a fantastic performance. You brought in mental health and you depicted as a dance form. I want you to talk about that Hidimba's performance, please.
Okay. So I think I have kind of covered all kinds of performances, like traditional pieces, thematic production, what she said, thematic production, and Abhinaya oriented pieces, and experimental works. I've almost covered everything. But one thing I have in my mind, which I want to do next, is comedy. I want to touch comedy. I want to touch comedy. I have actually done few humorous pieces, but very few and very small bits. So I want to create a story which is humorous, oriented, like, I want to make the audience laugh.
So humor and Kathak.
Humor and a story. Yeah, humor and Kathak, of course. Of
My
course,
God,
Hasya.
this is secret. She's extremely funny. In our family, all of us will be rolling on the floor when she's around. So
We did promise that in Black Box we're going to be taking out a few
Some
secrets as well.
secrets.
So there's another one. Yeah.
inside.
No, I think I used to be like that, but now I would have gotten changed. I'm no more that kind of a humorous person, but then, yeah, I want to bring it to the stage.
Nice.
Maybe in few years now.
Any particular story in mind for that? I'm very curious about this humor piece.
No, I want to take something from Ramayana. Now there is another production we are coming up with is Poorna Ramayana. I don't know when we'll be presenting it though. In that one portion, we have about comic, about Sita and Shurpanaka. Something like that. And I'm still yet to,
There is comedy in Ramayana.
Yes.
Another secret.
Actually, you mentioned a word,
Thematic.
thematic. Can you break that down, please?
A thematic production is something, about a theme, about a story you're going to explain to the audience through dance. Okay, dance thematic production. Okay, so there are a few thematic productions I have produced. One is the Jhansi, and that's been choreographed by my gurus, Shri Murli Mohan ji and Nandini Mehta ji. And that is one of the very successful and widely accepted dance production. And the next one is my production, which is called as Prabalyam. Prabalyam. Okay. So that mainly focuses on friendship. Okay, so I took two characters from the epics of India. From Mahabharata, I took, I selected Hidimba, and from Ramayana, I selected Kaikeyi. Okay, so how friendship can make one different person, completely a different person. How one somebody can influence one person to completely change. Like from Hidimba, Hidimba basically is a Rakshasi. She's born as a Rakshasi. She lived in a forest, man eating, and also killing and so many things. Like so, but when she fell in love with Bhima, where in contact with Pandavas, she completely changed. And she changed so much that I'm not saying Rakshasas are bad. It is just their nature.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
I'm just talking in respect to
Violence
human nature. So she changed so much that there is a big temple in Manali, Hidimba's temple in Manali. People even worship her. So she transformed herself into such a good person. And whereas Kaikeyi, she was born as a princess, okay, and she was a princess of Ayodhya.
Queen.
Yes.
Queen of Ayodhya, right? Okay, and because of the friendship, because of the contact of Manthare, a wicked woman, and she changed herself completely, and she became the villain there. Because of her, Rama has had to leave Ayodhya and go to the forest, right? So this is one theme which I've presented in Prabalyam. And there's another production I have produced is about Sita. Okay, and there's another one, new production, as I told you, it's about Poorna Acharya. And another experimental work I'm doing, which I'll be presenting on July 11th this year. So I invite you all for that.
Thank you so much.
Where is this?
That's about, all these years, from 15 years, I've been doing annual shows from Alankrita. I put all of my students and I dance as well at Alankrita Nrityotsava. And this time we have chosen to dance for Hindi film industry music, okay, which is suitable for Kathak and also for some non-suitable music also. So that is the experiment. We are putting a lot of Kathak steps into it.
Amazing.
And that is for 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s film music, Hindi film music.
Right. So please, we will share it in our comments below. If anybody is interested, the link will be provided by Poorna, and please go and buy the tickets. It'll be amazing to watch her.
Thank you.
We're
Thank
totally
you for the
waiting.
promotion. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this was a great insight. First of all, just to think, I mean, I'm still at that place of Hidambas, because I was just thinking, how would, just because you're in love with a noble man, a strong man, doesn't really make you really good, like, right? What she actually did was, she just I will give a little bit of story because it's in my head and I want to move on. So basically what she had done was, she had to let go of him at a particular stage. She had promised, I'm going to let you go at once I have the baby, and then you're allowed to go. So she honored her promise, and that's exactly what she did. So normally, I mean, we would have heard of Kaikeyi, but Hidimba's glory is missed. So the great thing of influence, amazing. So we know that with dance, there's such a great link to mental health, and we know the importance of starting early, right? Like, so you mentioned starting early is important. So would you like to give some notes about how to start, when to start, what they need, children, how they can take this to the level, and what level they can reach?
Okay, so the best age to start is 6 years. So when they are 6 or 8 years old, children can start off with classical dance form.
Okay.
And nowadays parents come and they want their children to first go through a trial class. Okay, and then decide onto themselves. They will let them decide whether they want to. They have liked the class, they've liked the movements, and then they can continue with the dance class. But I want to tell you, this does not happen. No trial classes. I don't know from where the trial classes came up. My mother just took me to the dance teacher. She requested him to train me in Bharatanatyam. But this trial classes and asking the children what you like, you just do for an hour and then decide whether you like it or not. How will that happen? Because this is a classical dance, you need to spend at least 1 year, 1.5 years to know whether your body can adapt to this kind of a
Rigid,
this kind of dance form, because this dance form has a lot of footwork and lot of chakkars. That is why I said starting early would be
Ideal.
good, because if you do a lot of chakkars, like in the beginning only, we'll make them do around 25
Continuously.
Wow.
Continuously 25 turns you'll be able to do
Not right now, no.
You're not a child.
Okay, so the thing about the trial classes, don't understand. So we'll have to give exposure to children. Children will not know. Okay, they may know, they may like the way a dancer is dancing on stage and or in the TV. They may like it and they may want to start. But after a month or two, they may say because they are lazy or something, they may say I don't like it.
Right.
So parents will have to have a lot of patience to bring them to dance class. Only if they come continuously, they will have that. They can build a lot of patience. See, nowadays children, of course, as I told you, that is a cardio activity. Okay, there is very less activity for nowadays children. They always sit and play somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay,
true.
there's very less play activities outside other than their PT classes or whatever in their school. So most of the time there's so many parents who put their children to dance classes because at least they can do some kind of a physical activity here. Okay, so along with that, what children can benefit from this dance is, as I told you, there is mathematics in this. So from 2-3 months itself, they will start to calculate.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So along with the creative side of the brain, it trains even the analytical side of the brain as well. So that is one thing. And the other thing is, parents need to be a little more patient. They have to teach. Children will learn patience because you cannot master it overnight, right? They will come to know, okay, this class I am not getting, so next day I have to practice and go to impress our ma'am or whatever. Okay, so there is patience. And if parents bring them to dance class, every class, okay, there is consistency also. They learn consistency, which is most needed now. Consistency and patience is most needed now.
Absolutely.
Okay, so if parents have a little patience and bring them to dance class for 3 or 4 years, then it will be easy for them to they don't need more motivation, I think.
Yeah, I think this is actually reminding me of my childhood. Like I was mentioning to you, I've learned Bharatanatyam. And I remember that when I was 6 years old, same age, when I started, I think I was very curious to say, okay, going out of the house and dancing. At that point of time, we didn't have any of these games and other things. So, but I know as I went on, little getting older, and I would make excuses not to go because your other friends are there playing and doing other things. But yes, you're right. My mother did have the patience to say, no, dance is something you're not going to give up. But that kept me going. And I think that, yes, it does teach a lot of resilience there as well. No matter what it is, it was like, more than, I think, 10 to 12 years that I've learned. It did teach me a lot. But yeah, true. But
yeah, I think I would like to add the devil's advocate here because while these two beautiful women are talking about their discipline and they were able to do it, I was one of them. Same parent, by the way, same mom who took us both to the class. One turned out to be the professional dancer, but That's
one
not
turned
where-
out to be an amazing psychologist.
Exactly.
I'm not. I'm definitely. I was coming to that because maybe there's a child who will go there, enjoy that, but that's not meant to be for that child. And
True.
she will move or he will move into another field where they will excel. By the way, I needed the same thing, being consistent and disciplined in the area that I took up. Yeah, CA did call for a lot of discipline.
I'm sure.
Psychology did call for a lot of discipline and consistency to do. So there may be a child you might be putting the child in, you may try everything, but they may still choose to do something different.
So you should give them time.
Give them time.
Yeah. And then that's the age you can try, right? I mean, when else? I mean, yeah, we do try now as well, but
Yeah,
it's easier.
Parents may think everything is on them. That's why I was putting it out that
Right.
it may not be that it's your fault. You try. If it didn't, yeah.
But it's also sometimes the parents' aspirations also that they want to live through their children, right? I was not able to be a dancer, so now I want my
have to be.
yeah,
Oh my
my
God,
child.
that's pressure.
Yeah, right.
That's pressure. Well, I think my mom's a great example. There was no pressure for her. She did it. No pressure for me. I did it.
Amazing, amazing. Wow, this has been some amazing conversations, Poorna.
Yes. I loved it. I loved it.
Dancing. I want to do an impromptu thing. Can you teach us one thing? I want us to do it. Come on, let's do it.
Just sitting, no?
Just sitting, just the
sitting.
hand movement.
Okay.
Okay.
Easy one, huh?
What do you want to do? You
Anything, one
want to
simple thing, but
want
okay.
to do a technical hand, or you want to do a
A
word,
simple
or-
one.
Some simple one that we
Chobi.
both of us can do in a single take.
Okay, so what we'll do first is we will do a deer,
Mudra.
okay,
We
which
move
is
this
going,
side.
okay,
Okay. Going.
and it sees a tree.
Sees a tree.
Yes, and then there's a bird sitting.
There's a bird sitting. How's the
Oh,
bird
okay. How's the
sitting?
bird?
Okay.
How is the bird
Left
sitting?
hand
Okay.
bird. Okay.
Okay,
Oh, left hand
left
bird.
hand or right hand.
Oh, okay.
There's a bird sitting,
Oh.
and it calls.
Oh.
It says, "Oh, yes." So it calls the deer, which is here. Hello. Okay. Can I
Hello.
come near you?
Can I come near you?
Okay. It says yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then it flies.
Okay, we can try. I think we already did, didn't we?
Oh.
And then both these go to the riverside.
Yeh saaku kane.
Okay.
Hey, no, let's finish it. Goes to the riverside.
Goes to the riverside where there is a flower. Okay. And these two are watching the flower. I think we
Watching
can
the
stop
flower.
there.
Yes.
Yeah.
But ನೀನ್ ಫುಲ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಇದು ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ
Oh, this is too cute. I loved it. Thank you so much. In our black box, right, we're always going to be having this section, which is called the rapid fire round. I mean, that's most famous.
Yeah.
So we're just going to be asking 5 questions and just a one-liner or one word answers that you can come up with, right? Okay. First one is
I would need the paper.
coffee or chai.
Chai.
Okay. Next
Okay. One song that's been the soundtrack to your life lately.
Wait, I'll have to remember that. Not just lately, but I love that song. Dr. Rajkumar is one of my very, very favorite actor from Kannada. And there is a song from his movie. Wait. Yeah. With my bad voice, I'm going to sing. Banigundu yelli yellide ನಿನ್ನಾಸೆ ಗೆಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊನೆಯಿದೆ ಏಕೆ ಕನಸು ಕಾಣುವೆ ನಿಧಾನಿಸು ನಿಧಾನಿಸು This is such a motivating song.
Any song in your mind?
No.
No song?
Don't put me on the spot here. She's the one on the spotlight.
was
What's the
thinking-
next question?
I was thinking of सजना है मुझे.
Wow.
That's nice. Oh, it's very similar. I think that's why it's popped up in your head.
Okay. So yours.
Yeah. If you were going to tell your younger self one thing today, what would that be?
I would say be more confident. Be more confident. You're good. You're good.
Superb. Everybody have to get that. Yeah.
Yes.
Best advice and worst advice. Just go for it.
Best advice as a dance teacher, I'm going to say please go to offline classes and learn right in front of your guru.
Super.
Worst advice is please learn from YouTube tutorials.
Okay. Right. Okay. So one word for this. Brat.
Brat, yeah. Always we get that in our mind as mothers. It is the son.
And
But
he
then
is.
now I think if I have to put another word for brat, spoiled. My students have spoilt me with their love.
Oh, that's definitely a good moment. Brave.
My husband.
Beauty.
Beauty is nature,
Nice. Balance.
family.
Belief.
Something which everybody needs to have.
Wow.
Wow, I think the rapid fire was the takeaway. This is just
This is too
amazing.
good, too
It's
good.
really good. So, one more very important.
Yeah. This is a nice segment too, okay? This is going to be that there's something in the black box. We've heard of black box, right? Basically, we're looking at subconscious as black box. We've spoken so much. We've got so much out of her. But we have a black box right over here. And there's so many questions. We don't know. Maybe she clearly doesn't know which question it is. Let her just pick one and answer. Surprise.
These are your
So
questions?
These are the questions from the audience. A lot of public who have reached out to us before we started.
Oh.
And they've asked these questions. So you can just pick one up and. Okay.
Anything?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm scared.
Can you read out the question? You can take your time. This is not rapid fire though.
If your life were a Bollywood film, what is the title and who plays you?
Oh.
Who plays you? Okay.
Brilliant question. I think it's the right one for a performer, right?
So I think my life, I can name it Natak.
Ay, shabash.
And
I hope all the producers are hearing this. If you're watching, you know who to get in touch with.
okay, and my favorite Madhuri Dixit.
Yeah.
I accepted that.
Who else?
This was a nice question. This was from Sangeeta.
Oh,
thank
thanks. Lovely.
Yeah, thank you for this question. Yeah. And like I said, that you never know if you get a call from any of the producers. Please give the credit to Brahmi Transformations.
Yes.
It was lovely having this conversation with you, Poorna. And I'm sure there's so much to unpack. And I'm one, a sucker for podcasts. I just go through so many podcasts and I've not heard any Kathak dancer or any dancers for that matter. So we really felt this was like so important for the world to know this cultural, thing that we have in India and which we may lose out on if the world doesn't hear. So it's a lovely life to lead. And thanks for sharing. Thanks for telling the audience so much about the benefits of Kathak. Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I loved talking here with you both in Black Box.
Yeah, and I also like to add that, we want to do this at Black Box by Brahmi, like bringing Indian culture, the benefits of it, what it does to you, because thanks to you, like you have so many students now who are keen to learn dancing, and we don't want that to, it's already become lesser. I think people are into gamings and they're not putting the enough time and effort into things like this, right? Like the old Indian cultural way of living, so to speak, whether it's Sangeet, whether it's music or classical music or classical dance forms.
No, it's not like that.
No?
It's not like that now. No, when I was a child, the time was when the break dance and the we used to call it disco dance.
Disco dance.
Disco dance and break dance had just started to come, and that interests the younger generation. I was also very much interested in break dance and disco dance and all that.
Yeah.
But now there are so many parents who are focusing on the classical. Yeah, because they are aware of the benefits what you get from learning classical dance. So that's why. So I see a lot of parents who want to put their children into classical first and then they can go on into any kind of Western or Bollywood.
Wow, what an experience. Thank you, Poorna, for coming. And I'm sure we can go on talking
On and on, yeah.
for hours. There is so much to unpack from your life and so much to learn from what all you have gone through. So I don't think we can ever stop, but since we have to, so we are. I'm sure we can have many more podcasts. There's so much more in you that we can do. Thank you for coming, telling us about Kathak, telling the world about how they can reach out and, keep this dance form flourishing in our country. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
I'd
you.
also like to thank you, Poorna. I mean, you've been just an amazing guest. Looking at you, so beautiful, gorgeous, so graceful, showing us the moments. We can just imagine how amazing your performances would be on stage. Like we were mentioning, July 11th, we will be sharing our link below for you to buy the tickets for that as well. So please go and buy that, and can't wait to see your performance. And a huge thank you for being here in Black Box by Brahmi.
Thank you for inviting me to have this lovely conversation with you both, lovely ladies, in Black Box. And I wish you both good luck. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much for coming here. And there's a small gift that we have put together.
Wow.
And amongst all these, what you're seeing, there is one specific thing that we have kind of made it by ourselves. And that is going to be like 66 affirmations from the best affirmations.
Oh.
So we're passing it on.
Yes, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Hope you like it.
Wow,
The small
definitely.
plant
Gifts are
as
always.
well.
Oh, that's lovely.
Thank you.
Thank
Poorna.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste, I'm Srinidhi Bhatt. I've been training under Vidushi Poorna Acharya for over a decade now.
Namaste, I'm Shambhavi Kukre. I've been training under Poorna ma'am for quite a long time now.
For me, Alankrita has literally been my second house. At this point, everyone knows that if I'm not home, I'm definitely in class. It's my pleasure that I've got to learn Kathak under ma'am.
She is one of the most kind people I have ever met in my life. She is extremely patient. She is very much understanding of our situations, our problems, or something that we cannot even express to her. She'll know it before even we know that.
One thing I like about Poorna ma'am is that no matter what it is, she will not judge you. She will have the patience to listen to you completely, and she will not be biased about whatever she's trying to tell. So she's very good with things like that.
Yeah, and whenever we speak with her or talk to her, it's like we're talking to our friends sometimes. Because we can openly share whatever we feel. It's not like, there's nothing that I have to think about, ki, how will I tell this to ma'am? When I want to feel comfortable, she's the first person I think of telling it to. Oh, let me tell it to Poorna ma'am. I know she'll understand me and she'll tell me what to do about it.
And one thing I love about ma'am is that definitely I see her as a guru, but then more than that, I see her as a friend first. That's the thing I love about her the most, that she makes you that comfortable. The sweet child that's still alive in her, that keeps us happy and everyone that's around her also really, really happy. Yeah.
How long have you been under her?
I've been almost for over 14 years now. I've been learning for 14 years now.
Wow. And you?
I've been learning for 10 years now.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
What if support, growth, and transformation were just one click away? Welcome to Brahmi Transformations, a space where healing meets possibility. Whether you're looking for counseling, therapy, relationship support, personal growth programs, or our 66-day gratitude challenge, you'll find resources designed to help you thrive. Visit our website, explore our services, and take the next step towards the life you deserve. Brahmi Transformations, heal, grow, thrive. Visit our website today and book your appointment. Brahmi Transformations, empowering lives, one conversation at a time.